Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. It's fantastic you are here. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video on Aussie 80s band The Crystal Set. And through their song Benefit of the Doubt, we looked at that very thing. Sometimes we need to give people the benefit of the doubt because people are just trying to do the best they can in this world at times. So I trust you found that one an encouragement. Well, we're going on today to a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee. They were formed in Crawley, West Sussex in the UK in 1978. And the band we're talking about today is The Cure. Pretty much an expression vehicle for Robert Smith, who has been the only member to actually been with The Cure from the start right up to now, and they're still going some 40 plus years later. There's some other guys that have been in the band for a while: Simon Gallup, Roger O'Donnell, Jason Cooper, Lowell Tolhurst. Very much the gothic rock, post-punk, maybe gothic pop even, alternate rock, new wave. And you know, we all know Robert Smith's voice and his look. I would put him in the distinctive category. There's no one else that sounds quite like this guy, and there's nothing with his presence. He's very much on his own. In fact, I would even argue that the Cure have a genre all of their own. I think you call it the Cure genre. And between 1979 and 2019, there's been 13 studio albums, 6 live albums, 9 compilation albums, 11 video albums, 44 music videos, 10 EPs and 41 singles. It's estimated they've sold around 30 million albums. So these guys are very successful indeed. For a band that's just a bit out there and a bit different, they really have captured the world's attention, that is for sure. They have won 2 Brit Awards. They've won an MTV Music Video Award, 2 NME Awards, and as I've already said, in 2019, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, at the particular ceremony, there were quite a few band members that were inducted that night, and there have been quite a few people that have been in The Cure over the years, that is for sure. Now, I probably first met The Cure through their song Love Cats. Now, I had no idea who The Cure was when that song came out. And then they really got my attention through the song Inbetween Days. The thing that I love about The Cure, I'm thinking, is their pop perfection. Sometimes with some of their songs, I think the incredible guitar work that Robert Smith actually does on his acoustic is pretty amazing. And for me, there's nothing that typifies as a guitar playing better than this song Inbetween Days. It really is quite extraordinary in this one. Very quick strumming, just everything this song needs to have. And of course, you can't talk about Robert Smith without talking about his look. He has just got an iconic, unique look about him, very much forcing his own way into the music industry, that is for sure. So, Inbetween Days, interesting concept, this one. How many times are we waiting for something to happen? Waiting for a baby to be born. The whole 9 months that takes to happen. You've had a first date with someone and you're waiting for the next date. And you think, oh my goodness, this is never going to get here. What about when you're waiting for an exam? You think, oh my goodness, I've studied, I'm ready, I think, and the exam's just not coming. Or you've got through your year 12 and you're thinking, oh my goodness, did I get enough to get into the university degree I'm wanting? I'm in between days. Or what about if you're in some kind of event and there's 10 minutes to go and you're thinking, oh my goodness, just wish this thing would start. You're in one of these in-between moments. You think, oh man, can't we just get this? Can't we just go on early and get it out of the way? But no, we wait until the starting time. Particularly in this day and age of live streaming, you've got to start at the exact right time in between days. What are some other in between day moments? Sometimes I might be thinking, oh, I've just had a weekend and I've got to have 5 days of work and then I'm going to have another weekend. The week becomes in between weekend days. Or what about where we've ordered something new and we're waiting for the thing to be delivered? We think, oh, life, we just need things to rock up and then life's going to be really, really cool in between days. Or what about just in between clients? You've got 10, 15 minutes between clients. You think, what am I going to do in these next 15 minutes? I can't really start anything new. I'm just going to wait for the next client to start. So many in between day moments, that is for sure. And you know what? What do you do while you're in this in between days thing? You're kind of just hanging out and waiting for the in between to finish. And it's almost like, well, we just got to put our life on hold while we wait for this thing to happen. And we think, oh, once this thing's happen, it'll be okay and it'll be all right. And the in between moments will be over and we can just get on with life again. I just wonder though, are we kind of wishing our in between moments away? In those in between day moments, isn't that sometimes where life happens? If anything, we're waiting for something to happen and we think, how can we wait? What do we do to wait? Do we just kind of just pretend like it's not going to happen for a while and then it happens? Or we are on tenterhooks until it does? Or we just kind of go with the flow and live life until it happens? There are many ways we can do this, but I think sometimes maybe what we do is we go from one event to another, and then another, and then another, and our lives only make sense because of the events that we have actually are happening, and we forget about the days in between. We kind of think, oh, these days aren't important because I'm just waiting for my next best thing. So I'm just going to kind of wait until that happens. Well, that's all very, very nice and it's good to wait for stuff. But, as I've shared a little bit in the past, life is not so much about the destination. It's about the journey. And if our destination is the only thing we're thinking about, well, we ignore the journey that we're going through, those in-between day moments. And that's often where life takes over and where life makes sense and where life has meaning. And we discover stuff about ourselves while we're waiting for the stuff to happen. If life is all based on our goals, and then we just have one goal and then we achieve another goal, we're just ignoring those in-between day moments. But you know what? It's in the in-between day moments where we are preparing ourselves for the goals that are coming. So I think the challenge today, and for myself as well, I'm thinking here, is to not ignore the in-between day moments, to not ignore the fact that they are part of our lives, that every day counts, irrespective of whether this magic event is yet to come or not. We need to make every day count. I think In Between Days is very much a love song, pretty much, because there's words without you are in there. But I love what the Cure have written here with and talking about that, life can also happen in between days, and sometimes we're in between days quite often in our lives. So let's not ignore them. That's the challenge for today. And I trust that will be an encouragement for you. Well, on to the clips. Now, as I've talked about with The Cure, I love the guitar work of The Cure, and for me, the song In Between Days characterises how incredible of a guitarist Robert Smith actually is, how incredible the strumming is in his guitar, and this pretty much moves the whole song along, and it's just really, really amazing. One of my favourite Cure songs, In Between Days. Now, this came off the Head on the Door album from 1985. They were going a little bit away from the dark, foreboding songs of their early career into something a little bit more pop orientated, and there certainly was a whole string of hits that came after this song, that is for sure. So the Head of the Door album of 1985. So we've got the official clip, and I love this clip because all we've got is the real chaotic camera work, just as Robert runs around the room and does what he does, really characterizing the frustration and just the hanging out waiting stuff that in between can often mean. So we've got the official clip on that one, and we've also got a live version. It's great to hear some of these iconic songs and to see them done live. So official and live. Another song I quite like from The Cure is Friday I'm in Love. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it's just, the whole thing is just a beautiful song. Fantastic guitar work in this one. He's got some really incredible picking guitar coming on behind the scenes of this one as well. This came off the 1992 album Wish, and very much still radio friendly, this kind of song. And I thought I'll go for a live version of that one for you to have a look at. And you get to see that The Cure can actually do what they do officially as live as well. And you can see how many people are at their concert and just how carried away they're getting with the show. Robert Smith has just got one of those unique voices and perfect for The Cure. That's what made The Cure so successful. And you know, when you get his look in there, it's just a complete package. And I've also gone for Just Like Heaven. This came off the 1987 album Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. This is a live version, and again, you'll get to see that he can pull off. The start of this song is absolutely stunning, and I love the way it starts, and you're hooked in right from the start with this particular song. And so that one's there for you as well. So the links to those 4 clips are in the description below. That's where you'll always find my videos. My links, by the way, always there. And by the way, I've also included my last video from the Crystal set. So if you want to recap on that one, feel free. Well, if you've come back for another video, welcome back. It's great that you have returned. This is your first time to Life Reflections Through Music. Welcome to the channel. It's fantastic that you've joined us. And thank you for everybody who's hung around to this moment. The encouragement always is that when you click on one of my videos, you watch it to the end, because we might cover something you might find interesting. That's the hope anyway. And also note in the invitation below that if you want to make a request, feel free. It was so encouraging a little while back to get a reply comment from, when I did the video on Compassion International a little while back, I did actually get a comment from them just saying thank you for your words. So that was very encouraging to do that. Of course, always the hope is with these videos a little bit, that is, if Robert Smith did happen to be watching this video and he thought, oh, that's kind of nice for the guy to say all that stuff, how cool would it be to get a comment from him below? And he might actually make a request himself. That would be really, really cool. But anyway, if anybody wants to make a request, just drop it in the comments. I'm more than happy to look at that one for you. Well, that's it for today. We're rounding out the C's in this series with CY, and this is Cyndi Lauper, someone else who has been around for a while. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.